I've been here along with Kelly Jackson and Larry Stena back with us from First Rule Film. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
We're chomping at the bits.
Yeah.
This is a LED light bulb.
Correct.
And a speaker.
Correct.
Explain.
So, right now there's a big movement to change all of your lights in your house over to LED. A couple of reasons you might want to do that. It saves money on electric at the end of the day. They use next to no power LEDs, which is wonderful. The nice thing about LEDs, too, unlike traditional bulbs, they don't really burn out.
Right.
So once you replace them, you're pretty much done. And a lot of people like the color they put off, too. So what's interesting is that, okay, you've got this powered socket that you're putting an electrical thing into, which is generally just provided light. Well, what the tech industry is doing is they're putting other things in the light bulb now. So what you've got in your hand is called a singlet pulse dimmable LED light bulb speaker. Mm-hmm. So essentially they put a full speaker system in your light bulbs.
Right.
That's crazy.
So the idea is instead of having big old honking speakers on your walls or taking up space on your floor, you simply replace all your light bulbs, which you were going to do anyway, and now they have speakers.
Okay, I've got a Bluetooth little box that I play my phone from.
Yes.
I could then, instead of that box, play it through my light bulb.
Correct. So the amazing thing about this is you put in one that's called like a master speaker,
right?
And then you have lots of satellite speakers. And in this case, you can have up to 7 satellite speakers that all talk to the one master speaker. Then you connect your phone or whatever device that uses Bluetooth to that, and all of a sudden your whole house is reverberating with audio, and no one can find the speakers.
My Bluetooth speaker, I have to hook up to some type of battery source, right? This doesn't have to because it's already hooked up.
Correct. It's already getting power from your house with the light. And of course, it has other things that traditional LED light bulbs are having, like with an app, you can dim your lights and control the lighting from your phone. That's nice. But the real thing is that the speaker in it's such a brilliant idea.
How good's the speaker?
It's actually pretty good. It's actually provided by JBL, a big speaker company.
Right.
And, one of them alone is pretty decent. It doesn't have quite the bass that if you go buy $1,000 Klipschet.
What about if I got 2 or 3 of them? Is it stereo sound then?
It is. It can do stereo.
Really?
Yeah. It's you can do stereo pairs with them, and it actually sounds really good.
What's the price again?
Well, these particular ones, the singlet ones, are actually on the upper end. They're the more expensive one. A pair of them, a master and a satellite, costs $149 on Amazon. So you're talking $70. But you have to realize it's not only the LED light bulb that you're never going to have to replace, but it's also a good speaker. And then additional satellites, I believe, cost $60 a piece. Now, this is, again, on the high end of that. There are some additional lower end options, one called Play Bulb for $59 on Amazon, and the other is Propel Speaker Bulb for $25, but it started at the $25 to look a little bit cheap.
All right, this is a light bulb, for those who are listening on the radio, that you would put into a can on your ceiling. Correct. Do they have other light bulbs that you wouldn't put this in a lamp, per se?
I suppose you could. It would fit in the same socket.
Right.
But they do have other light bulbs that don't have the speaker in them. This is the only one that has the speaker. I think it needs to be a little bigger.
Gotcha. So you would put this in a can, if you will, or something.
Generally
along those
speaking,
lines.
in the roof or something like that.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
It's just a neat idea of how the technology merges. And a lot of these tech segments, we've been talking about the smart tech that's coming to your house.
Right.
And this is a great example of that. It's a
light bulb and
space.
It's a light bulb and a speaker. Larry
Stena
back with us from First Rule, who brings us the future every single week here on the Big 550 KTRS. Larry, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
8:56 traffic and weather next. KTRS. Wow.